Hello! We're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Emma. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speaking English Perfect. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ryan. Hi, everybody.
We're so happy you're here today. In this video, we're going to talk about life on the farm. That means farm animals, crops, daily farm work, equipment, and everything related to farming and agriculture.
Yes, exactly. Farms are where much of our food comes from. Understanding farm vocabulary helps you talk about agriculture, rural life, and where our food originates. It's practical and fascinating.
That's right. And we're going to share our own farm experiences. Ryan and I both have some interesting farm stories.
Before we start, please remember to like this video and subscribe to Speaking English Perfect. It really helps us, and it helps you practice real, everyday English.
Yes, please do. Okay, Ryan, are you ready to talk about farms?
I'm ready. This is such an interesting topic.
So, Ryan, let me start by asking you, what is a farm?
A farm is an area of land used for growing crops and raising animals for food, fiber, and other products. Farms can be small family operations or large commercial enterprises. They're essential for food production.
What's the difference between a farm and a ranch?
A farm typically grows crops and raises various animals. A ranch focuses primarily on raising livestock, especially cattle, sheep, or horses, usually on large areas of grazing land.
What's agriculture?
Agriculture is the science and practice of farming, cultivating soil, growing crops, and raising animals. It includes everything from planting seeds to harvesting crops to caring for livestock.
Have you ever been to a farm, Ryan?
Yes, my grandparents had a small farm when I was young. I spent summers there helping with chores, feeding chickens, collecting eggs, and helping in the vegetable garden. Those are some of my best childhood memories.
That sounds wonderful. Okay, let's talk about farm animals. What are the most common farm animals?
Cows or cattle, pigs, chickens, sheep, goats, horses, ducks, geese, turkeys, and sometimes rabbits. Each animal serves different purposes: meat, milk, eggs, wool, or labor.
Let's talk about each one. What about cows?
Cows, also called cattle, are raised for milk and meat. Dairy cows produce milk for drinking, cheese, butter, and yogurt. Beef cattle are raised for meat. Cows are large, gentle animals that graze on grass.
What does graze mean?
Graze means to eat grass in a field. Cows, sheep, and horses graze. They spend hours eating grass in pastures. It's their natural feeding behavior.
What's a pasture?
A pasture is a field of grass where animals graze. It's fenced land where livestock can roam and eat freely. Good pastures have nutritious grass and access to water.
What about pigs?
Pigs are raised primarily for meat: pork, bacon, ham, and sausages. They're intelligent, social animals. Pigs are omnivores and eat grain, vegetables, and sometimes food scraps. They're kept in pens or allowed to roam in certain areas.
What's a pen?
A pen is an enclosed area where animals are kept. It's smaller than a pasture and has fences or walls. Pigs, chickens, and other animals are often kept in pens for safety and management.
What about chickens?
Chickens are raised for eggs and meat. Hens lay eggs, while roosters are male chickens that don't lay eggs. Chickens are kept in coops at night for protection and roam in yards during the day.
What's a coop?
A coop, or chicken coop, is a shelter where chickens sleep and lay eggs. It protects them from weather and predators like foxes. Coops have nesting boxes where hens lay eggs.
What's a rooster?
A rooster is a male chicken. Roosters crow loudly, especially at dawn, and protect the flock. They're colorful with long tail feathers. Hens are female chickens that lay eggs.
What about sheep?
Sheep are raised for wool, meat, and milk. They're gentle, social animals that live in flocks. Sheep are sheared once or twice a year to harvest their wool for making clothing and textiles.
What does shear mean?
Shear means to cut off a sheep's wool using special scissors or electric clippers. It's like giving the sheep a haircut. Shearing doesn't hurt the sheep, and it keeps them cool in summer.
What's wool used for?
Wool is used to make yarn for knitting, fabric for clothing like sweaters and coats, blankets, carpets, and other textiles. It's warm, durable, and naturally water-resistant.
What about goats?
Goats are raised from milk, meat, and fiber. Goat's milk is used for cheese and soap. Some goats produce mohair or cashmere, luxury fibers. Goats are curious, playful, and excellent climbers.
What about horses?
Horses are used for transportation, farm work like plowing fields, herding cattle, recreation, and sport. While tractors have replaced horses on most modern farms, some farms still use horses for traditional farming methods.
What other birds are on farms?
Ducks and geese are raised for meat, eggs, and feathers. Turkeys are raised primarily for meat, especially for holiday meals. These birds are usually kept in yards or pens with access to water.
Okay, let's talk about farm buildings and structures. What's a barn?
A barn is a large building where animals are sheltered, hay and grain are stored, and equipment is kept. Barns are central to farm operations. They protect animals from weather and provide storage space.
What's stored in barns?
Hay and straw for animal bedding and feed, grain and animal feed, farming tools and equipment, tractors and machinery, and sometimes animals during bad weather or at night.
What's the difference between hay and straw?
Hay is dried grass or alfalfa used for animal feed. It's nutritious food. Straw is dried stalks from grain crops like wheat, used for bedding. It's comfortable but not very nutritious.
What's a silo?
A silo is a tall cylindrical structure used to store grain, corn, or fermented feed called silage. Silos are iconic farm structures. You can see them from far away on the landscape.
What's a stable?
A stable is a building where horses are kept. Each horse has its own stall, a small enclosed space with bedding. Stables are cleaner and more organized than general barns.
What other structures are on farms?
Sheds for storing tools and equipment, greenhouses for growing plants, grain bins for storing harvested grain, fences to contain animals and mark boundaries, and wells or water tanks for irrigation and animal drinking water.
Okay, let's talk about crops. What are crops?
Crops are plants grown in large quantities for food, animal feed, or other uses. Major crops include grains like wheat and corn, vegetables, fruits, and industrial crops like cotton.
What's the difference between grains and vegetables?
Grains are seeds from cereal plants like wheat, rice, corn, oats, and barley. They're staple foods high in carbohydrates. Vegetables are edible plants or plant parts like lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, and peppers.
What are staple foods?
Staple foods are basic foods that form the foundation of a diet. Rice, wheat, corn, and potatoes are staples. They're eaten regularly and provide most of people's energy and nutrition.
Hello! We're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Okay, let's talk about the farming cycle. What's planting?
Planting is putting seeds or young plants into the soil so they can grow. Farmers prepare the soil, plant seeds at the right depth and spacing, and ensure proper conditions for germination.
What does germination mean?
Germination is when a seed begins to grow and sprout. The seed absorbs water, breaks open, and sends out roots and shoots. Proper temperature, moisture, and soil conditions are essential.
What happens after planting?
Farmers care for growing crops through watering or irrigation, weeding to remove unwanted plants, fertilizing to provide nutrients, and pest control to protect from insects and diseases.
What's irrigation?
Irrigation is artificially watering crops using systems like sprinklers, drip lines, or channels. It's essential in areas without enough rainfall. Irrigation ensures crops get consistent water for healthy growth.
What's fertilizer?
Fertilizer is a substance added to soil to provide nutrients that help plants grow. It can be organic, like manure and compost, or synthetic chemicals. Fertilizer improves soil fertility and crop yields.
What's manure?
Manure is animal waste, primarily from cows, horses, chickens, and pigs, used as fertilizer. It's rich in nutrients and improves soil quality. Farmers spread manure on fields to enrich the soil naturally.
What about harvesting?
Harvesting is gathering mature crops from fields. The timing depends on the crop. Some are harvested when ripe, others when dried. Harvesting can be done by hand or with machinery like combines.
What's a combine?
A combine or combine harvester is a large machine that harvests grain crops. It cuts the plants, separates the grain from stalks and chaff, and collects the grain in one operation. It's very efficient.
What happens after harvest?
Crops are stored in silos or grain bins, processed for sale or use, or transported to markets and food processors. Some crops are stored for winter animal feed.
Okay, let's talk about farm equipment. What's a tractor?
A tractor is a powerful vehicle used for pulling farm equipment and machinery. Tractors plow fields, pull planting equipment, transport materials, and perform countless farm tasks. They're essential on modern farms.
What does plow mean?
Plow means to turn over and break up soil before planting. A plow is equipment pulled by a tractor that cuts into the ground, turning soil to prepare it for seeds. Plowing aerates soil and buries weeds.
What other equipment do farms use?
Seeders or planters for planting seeds, cultivators for weeding, sprayers for applying fertilizer or pesticides, balers for making hay bales, wagons for transporting materials, and various hand tools like shovels, rakes, and hoes.
What's a baler?
A baler is a machine that compresses cut hay or straw into compact bales, either round or rectangular. Bales are easier to store, transport, and feed to animals than loose hay.
Okay, let's talk about daily farm work. What does a farmer's day look like?
Farmers wake up early to feed animals, milk cows, collect eggs, check on crops, operate machinery, maintain equipment and buildings, manage irrigation, and handle countless other tasks. Farm work is physically demanding and never-ending.
What are chores?
Chores are routine tasks that must be done daily. Farm chores include feeding and watering animals, milking cows, collecting eggs, mucking out stalls, and checking fences. Everyone on the farm helps with chores.
What does muck out mean?
Muck out means to clean animal stalls or pens by removing dirty bedding and manure, then adding fresh straw or hay. It's hard, smelly work, but essential for animal health.
What about milking cows?
Dairy cows are milked twice daily, usually early morning and evening. Modern farms use milking machines, but some small farms still milk by hand. Fresh milk is cooled immediately and stored in tanks.
How do you collect eggs?
You check nesting boxes in the chicken coop where hens lay eggs. Collect eggs daily, sometimes twice a day. Handle them gently to avoid cracking. Fresh eggs are cleaned and stored in cool places.
What about seasonal work on farms?
Spring brings planting and birthing season, when many animals have babies. Summer involves crop maintenance and haymaking. Fall is harvest time. Winter focuses on animal care, equipment maintenance, and planning for next year.
What's birthing season?
Birthing season is when farm animals have their babies. Farmers help with difficult births, ensure babies are healthy, and provide extra care. Seeing baby animals, calves, lambs, piglets, chicks, and ducklings is one of farming's joys.
What are baby animals called?
A baby cow is a calf, a baby pig is a piglet, a baby sheep is a lamb, a baby goat is a kid, a baby horse is a foal, a baby chicken is a chick, and a baby duck is a duckling.
Okay, let's talk about farm products. What do farms produce?
Food products like meat, milk, eggs, cheese, butter, grains, fruits, and vegetables, also non-food products like wool, leather, cotton, and increasingly, renewable energy from crops or animal waste.
What dairy products come from farms?
Milk, cream, butter, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream all start with milk from dairy cows or goats. Dairy farming is a major agricultural sector in many countries.
What meat products come from farms?
Beef from cattle, pork from pigs, lamb and mutton from sheep, chicken and turkey, and sometimes duck, goose, or rabbit. Different cultures prefer different meats.
What's the difference between lamb and mutton?
Lamb is meat from young sheep, usually under 1 year old. It's tender and mild flavored. Mutton is meat from adult sheep. It's darker, stronger flavored, and less common in many Western countries.
Okay, let's talk about different types of farms. What's a dairy farm?
A dairy farm specializes in raising cows for milk production. Dairy cows are milked daily, and the milk is sold to processors who make various dairy products. It requires significant daily labor.
What's a crop farm?
A crop farm, or arable farm, focuses on growing crops rather than raising animals. They might grow grains, vegetables, fruits, or industrial crops. Work is seasonal, with intense activity during planting and harvest.
What's an organic farm?
An organic farm uses natural methods without synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, or GMOs. Organic farming emphasizes soil health, biodiversity, and sustainability. Organic products often command higher prices.
What does GMO mean?
GMO stands for genetically modified organism, plants or animals whose DNA has been altered through genetic engineering. GMO crops might resist pests or tolerate herbicides. They're controversial in some regions.
What's a family farm?
A family farm is owned and operated by a family, often passed down through generations. Family members do most of the work. These farms are typically smaller than corporate farms, but form the backbone of agriculture in many countries.
What about factory farms?
Factory farms, or industrial farms, are large-scale operations that raise thousands of animals in confined conditions for maximum efficiency and profit. They're controversial due to animal welfare and environmental concerns.
What's a hobby farm?
A hobby farm is a small farm operated for pleasure rather than profit. Owners usually have other income sources. They might keep a few animals, grow vegetables, or simply enjoy rural living.
Okay, let's talk about challenges farmers face. What are the main challenges?
Unpredictable weather affecting crops, pests and diseases, fluctuating market prices, high costs for equipment and supplies, physical demands of the work, long hours, and increasingly, labor shortages.
How does weather affect farming?
Too much rain causes flooding and crop disease. Drought kills crops and reduces yields. Frost damages plants. Extreme heat stresses animals and plants. Farmers are completely dependent on weather conditions.
What's a drought?
A drought is a prolonged period without rain. Crops can't grow without water, animals need water to drink, and pastures dry up. Severe droughts devastate farms and can cause food shortages.
What about pests?
Pests include insects that eat crops, rodents that consume stored grain, and predators like foxes that attack chickens. Farmers use various methods, pesticides, traps, fencing, and natural predators to control pests.
What are the rewards of farming?
Working with nature, producing food that feeds people, independence and self-sufficiency, connection to the land, seeing the results of your labor, and for many, continuing family traditions. Despite challenges, many farmers love their lifestyle.
Okay, let's talk about visiting farms. What's agritourism?
Agritourism is when farms welcome visitors for educational or recreational experiences. Activities include farm tours, pick-your-own produce, farm stays, petting zoos, corn mazes, and farm-to-table dining. It provides extra farm income.
What's pick your own?
Pick your own, or you pick, lets visitors harvest their own fruits or vegetables directly from fields. Strawberries, apples, pumpkins, and berries are popular. It's fun, educational, and you get fresh produce.
What's a corn maze?
A corn maze is a maze cut into a cornfield, popular in autumn. Visitors navigate through tall corn stalks, trying to find the exit. It's entertainment that farms offer, especially during harvest season.
Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
What's farm to table?
Farm to table means food goes directly from farms to consumers or restaurants without intermediaries. It emphasizes fresh, local, seasonal food. Many farms now sell directly through farmers markets, CSAs, or on-site farm stands.
What's a CSA?
CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Customers buy shares at the beginning of the season and receive regular boxes of fresh produce throughout the growing season. It supports farmers and provides fresh food.
Okay, everyone, we used some very useful words and phrases today. Let's talk about them.
Yes, good idea. Let's review the vocabulary together.
First word, farm. This is land used for growing crops and raising animals. For example, my uncle owns a small farm where he grows vegetables and raises chickens.
Next word, barn. This is a large building for storing hay and sheltering animals. For example, the cows sleep in the barn during cold winter nights.
Next word, pasture. This is a field where animals graze. For example, the sheep spend all day grazing in the green pasture.
Next word, graze. This means to eat grass in a field. For example, the cattle graze peacefully in the meadow.
Next word, coop. This is a shelter for chickens. For example, I collect fresh eggs from the chicken coop every morning.
Next word, crops. These are plants grown for food or other uses. For example, the farmer planted corn and wheat crops this spring.
Next word, harvest. This means to gather mature crops. For example, we harvest the apples in September when they're ripe.
Next word, tractor. This is a powerful vehicle for farm work. For example, the farmer uses the tractor to plow the fields before planting season.
Next word, plow. This means to turn over soil before planting. For example, they plowed the field in early spring to prepare for planting season.
Next word, irrigation. This is artificially watering crops. For example, the farm uses a sprinkler irrigation system during dry summer months.
Next word, fertilizer. This is a substance that helps plants grow. For example, organic farmers use natural fertilizer like compost instead of chemicals.
Next word, manure. This is animal waste used as fertilizer. For example, we spread cow manure on the vegetable garden to enrich the soil.
Next word, chores. These are routine daily tasks. For example, farm chores include feeding animals, collecting eggs, and milking cows.
Last word, agritourism. This is when farms welcome visitors. For example, the farm offers agritourism activities like hay rides and pick-your-own strawberries.
Perfect.
Okay, everyone, that's the end of today's lesson. We talked about farm animals, crops, buildings, equipment, daily work, farm products, and the farming lifestyle.
Yes, and remember, farming is hard work that requires dedication, knowledge, and passion. Farmers work long hours in all weather conditions to produce the food we eat every day.
Exactly. Next time you eat fresh vegetables, drink milk, or enjoy meat, remember the farmers who worked hard to produce it. Supporting local farms through farmers markets, CSAs, or agritourism helps sustain this essential way of life.
Now, we have a question for you.
Yes, here's our question of the day. Have you ever visited a farm or lived on one? What farm animals do you find most interesting and would you like to try farm life? Or what's your favorite farm product?
For example, I can say, I visited a dairy farm last year and learned how to milk a cow by hand. It was much harder than I expected. My hands got tired after just a few minutes, and I gained enormous respect for farmers who do this twice daily. I also fed baby calves with bottles, which was adorable. They were so eager and strong. My favorite farm animals are goats because they're playful and curious. They climbed on everything and tried to eat my jacket. I loved the experience, but realized farming is incredibly hard work. I have so much more appreciation for where my food comes from now.
And I can say, I spent summers on my grandparents' farm as a child. My favorite memories are collecting warm eggs from the chicken coop early in the morning and helping my grandfather feed the pigs. The pigs were surprisingly intelligent and had distinct personalities. I also loved riding on the tractor during harvest time. Sitting high up and watching the combine work was thrilling for a young boy. My favorite farm product is definitely fresh eggs. Store-bought eggs can't compare to eggs from chickens that roam freely and eat natural food. The yolks are bright orange and the flavor is incredible. Those farm experiences taught me the value of hard work and connection to nature.
So, please write your answer in the comments below. We love reading your comments.
Yes, please share with us. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Speaking English Perfect.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Take care.